So when you go forwards, you always fall backwards because the world is always moving. So you're always rebuilding. Wherever you like, I was homeless, and now I've got stability. But for me to get an even better stability, I've got to rebuild, and I've got to essentially become homeless and start all over again. If you're in a job and you want a better job, you could be stable, but then you're starting at the bottom. You got to become the small fish in a big pond to become the big fish in a big pond. So you're always rebuilding. If you want to continue growing, you always have to build, because it's, as I said earlier, it's not a straight line. It's jaggedy, So sometimes it goes backwards and sometimes it goes forward, and that's the only way. You've got to constantly start again. I think the average person starts again 9 times in their life, I believe it is.
Yeah.
I love you, Daddy.
This is For Fathers, a podcast for fathers to uplift and encourage each other with the understanding that we are the forefathers of the next generation. This is episode 124. I'm eloQuint, and today we got my man Oliver Kuiz. Man, tell everybody what's up.
Hello, what's up?
Man, all the way from London. Oh man, how's the weather over there right now?
It's 10 o'clock at night, so it's dark. It's all right. It was 30 degrees today, centigrade. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
Oh yeah, I have no idea either.
I have no idea, but yeah, it's all right. I think it's 70 Fahrenheit, 75, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. I was about to say, if it's warm or not. I always hear London's always rainy and stuff. That's why I asked.
No, it's been hot this summer. It's very dry. The grass is going brown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man. So, man, you got such a unique story, man. Like I said, you reached out to me. I really appreciate that, man. It was really an honor that you would seek me on Spotify and reach out, man. So I want you to tell everybody what you're most known for. I've seen some news clips about you, all that kind of stuff, man. Start us off, man. Who is Oliver Kuiz?
Oliver Kuiz is someone who lived in a storage unit. That's where it starts, really. I was homeless at 17 years old, and I just filmed my life, and I ended up living in a storage unit because it was cheaper than paying rent. And I filmed it, and it did really well. And yeah, that's kind of where it started.
And it said what, 90 pounds that you was paying a month?
£90 a month I was paying for that storage unit. Yeah, the first 2 months were half price, so I stayed there for 2 months to get the half price at £90.
Man, so I mean, you got to be real and like, I guess, intuitive, if you will, to okay, I'm homeless. So what made you go to a storage unit? Like, what was the thought process behind that?
Travel. I wanted to travel. I love travel, and I just went traveling just before I moved into a storage unit, and I enjoyed it because I booked a £5 flight and went off to France and traveled from south of France down to Barcelona, which was absolutely beautiful. And I wanted to travel more, but I needed more money. And I was working as a delivery driver, and I still had stuff. Everyone's got stuff. So I was putting it into a storage unit, and I was like, I could live in it. So I did. It was kind of where it started. So I moved into the storage unit, and I just worked as a delivery driver, saved up money, bought a van, tried to convert a van, but it was the middle of winter and snowing, and I was living in a van. And yeah, just did a bit of traveling, traveled abroad, traveled around England. Yeah, it was good. Homeless, but good.
So, if you don't mind, man, how did you get to that point of homelessness at 17 years old? You was in college. It said you was in college, right?
Yeah. So we start college at 16 in England. It started.
I was wondering how you did that.
Yeah.
I was wondering how you was in college already, but okay.
Yeah, I started at 16 in England. It was a difficult upbringing, is the best way of putting it. I'm one of 5 siblings. and it wasn't a nice household. I was the kid who was pulled out of class by the police because of things my brothers were doing. My brothers were not the best people, is the only way I can put it. They've got like mental health problems and stuff, and it tore the family apart. Basically, my parents ended up breaking up over it, and it was horrible. I was hit at home, as were my other brother and my sister. And I guess the best way of putting it is I was a glass child. I was looked through. I was the oldest son. With my brothers being the way they were, it was easier for me to not be at home. So with lots of tension, I guess it really built upon my mum. And look, I can look back at it now and see it with a fresh pair of eyes, I guess. But at the time, it felt horrible. My mum's kicking me out. But looking back now, I can understand the stress that my mum went through. And it was an Ethernet cable, which I think tipped her over the edge, because we just moved house, and I had my computer plugged in via Ethernet in the garage, and the cable went round to the modem through the house, and she didn't like it. I would make gaming YouTube videos in the middle of the night, and she kept cutting the Ethernet cable. And I think that was the bit that tipped her over the edge, because she'd already had so much stress from my brothers that it was easier for me to just not be at home. I wasn't a bad kid or anything. And it's just how it is, you know?
Yeah. Man, that's tough, man. So that led you to being homeless. That led you to travel. Was travel a way for you to get away? Like, is that what it started as, or you just?
Yeah, it's an escape. I would say because of my upbringing, it was easier to just escape. And for some reason, being homeless abroad was cheaper than being homeless in England. It doesn't make sense. But I was living in my car at first, and when you've got to pay for fuel and you've got to get food, things add up. But you could take a £5 flight and you could stay in a €2 hostel in another country, and it was actually cheaper to be homeless abroad than it was in England. So I ended up.
Okay, you got to explain that. What's a hostel? Explain that to me.
A hostel is it's a hotel with lots of beds and lots of strangers. Is the best way of putting it. You know, so it's a cheaper way of travel than staying in a normal hotel. Yeah, and it was great. You know, I met some weirdos. And I met some absolutely lovely people, you know. It was just a great experience, and I've done 29 countries now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so what made you pick up the camera? Like I guess after your first trip, right? When you came back to the storage unit, like what made you pick up the camera?
So I started filming before living in a storage unit. I used it. I was talking to the camera really as an escape, because I didn't have any friends or anything to talk to. I didn't tell anyone about what was going on at home, so I just spoke to the camera. And then when I ended up living in a storage unit, I just continued filming my life, because I tried to do a daily vlogging series, and that kind of failed because I went homeless. So I started filming bits when I was homeless, and I was in a storage unit. I was like, you know what, this will make some good videos. So 18-year-old me at that point was like, yeah, I'm going to film living in a storage unit. And I did. And I recorded it all. I edited it all in the storage unit. And when I left, everything was pre-recorded to go out a few weeks after I left. So there was over 1,000 calls to the storage unit saying that someone was living in there. I know that because they lost their jobs. I got confronted at a petrol petrol station by someone who lost their job there because there were people living in it. Oh yeah.
Oh man. Oh, you made a lot of people mad.
yeah, I did. Yeah, but it's all part of the fun, really, isn't it? And you know, those videos went viral. I guess they went all over the internet multiple times. The Daily Mail bought the story. I was on a TV show in America called Right This Minute. They featured me, and I just ended up all over the place. And it monetized the YouTube channel, which was nice.
That's awesome, man. So just to pause right there in the story, how did that experience shape you for fatherhood? Knowing how to be down and out, and knowing what about your upbringing and how tough it was, things you've seen, things you want to do different. Like you right now, you're a single dad. You are the primary dad, the primary parent. Yeah. So man, how has that experience, I guess the homelessness, the upbringing, all that stuff, how's that shaped you?
My son will never be homeless, is the first thing I can say. He will never go through what I went through, and he will never have the experiences that I had. It wasn't good with my brothers. And looking back, my parents did try I just won't make, you can't predict any potential future children what they'll be like, but I'd like to think that I would do the best by my kids, and hopefully they'd never become homeless. So I've learned from that, but also I had to grow up really quickly. I was a young carer to one of my brothers. And yeah, just, being homeless at 17, I was forced to grow up even more. Living in a storage unit, I was fending for myself. That was, when staff are coming in and out as well, and you've got to be stealthy and everything, I did my best. And yeah, it just, all this experience and tenacity and everything I've just built up over time, it's shaped me to who I am. I like to block a lot of it out my life these days because I'm not that person anymore. But it has shaped me to being a good father, I think, because I know what I've been through to know what the next generation shouldn't go through. I don't want to pass down any trauma or anything like that.
Yeah, I definitely get that. Were you almost about to allude to your parents trying their best? Is that what, did I hear you about to say that?
Yeah, my parents, we didn't have a great relationship for a long time. I talk to my mum most days now. My parents got back together. They got remarried a couple of years ago. So everything seems to be good these days. Back when I was 18, 19, 20, it wasn't so good. But things change. Since my youngest brother has been out the home, it's been a lot better for my parents, and they're finally becoming their own people. And it's just an unfortunate situation that there was mental health in the family, which created, unfortunately, 2 very violent children in the process. And it's not their fault.
So what does trying your best look like for you? It looks like it's a retrospect, like you're looking back, like, okay, they tried their best. Like you said, in the moment when you got kicked out, you was like, man, like, how you gonna do this to me? Like, I ain't the one causing the problems, right? So it seems like you have a lot of time to reflect. So I guess after looking at that, for you, man, what does it look like to try your best?
Trying your best is, well, showing up for one. There's a lot of people out there who don't have parents that show up. So that's the first stage of, that's the bare minimum, I think. That's, trying your best to just show up. My parents, comparing me to my parents, my dad worked a lot. He's always worked, and he's always trying to put food on the table and everything, even though we would have preferred to have him around more. And that's one thing. I'm around more for my son. As you said earlier, I'm a full-time single father. And I am around for my son a lot more. I try to give him more experiences. Being in a big family as I was, there were 7 of us, including my parents. It wasn't always cheap to just go out and do things, when you've got 5 kids to pay for. So I'm in a position, luckily, with only 1 child, that I'm able to take my son traveling and give him experiences. And I never really had experiences when I was young. We used to go on holiday to Spain, but that was very common for people in England. It's a couple, it's not a lot. I think we went to Spain once for like £1 on the plane. So it's not a lot of money to travel in England from England. Sorry. So just trying my best is just giving my son experiences, giving him memories, and hopefully good memories. I try my best to not shout. I try my best to always be there. I always show up. He had his nursery school graduation the other day, and I was there. They had a whole graduation ceremony and everything. I've got a big picture of him on the wall just over there.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So, I mean, you hit on something. You're talking about how you wish your dad was there more, but he's working. Yeah. So now you the single parent, man. So how do you find that work-life balance for yourself?
It's difficult is the only way I can say it. So I don't have a babysitter. So no one else looks after my son. We live in an area where I don't have any friends or family around. It's just me and him. He's at nursery 3 days a week. In September, he starts school at 5 days a week. I've been working when he's in nursery, and then from school, hopefully I can progress more and make a bit more money. But it's been difficult. I won't lie, it's been difficult. But I've got to try. I can't quit. I've got to be the best dad I can. And I was a young dad. I was 22 when I became his dad. When he was born, I was 22. When he's 18, I'm 40 and done. No, parents are never done. But yeah, it's
yeah, for real though.
I can only work when he's in education, when he's in nursery or school. That's what I'm limited to, and that's all I can do.
Yeah, but I mean, you've been like on survival mode, as you put it, grinding for a long time, for years. You talking about like one video, you had like 6 years of homelessness, right? So like you know what it takes to like just to get up and get it.
Yep.
So now that you are the stable parent, right? You provide the income and all that kind of stuff. And how does that make you feel? Like if you want, we have a term, I don't know if y'all know, like rags to riches. That's something y'all say, or at least you've heard it in music and stuff like that. Yeah. So like you have that rags to riches story, man, and that you coming from nothing, and now you're doing it. So man, what's the thought process about that? Is it building you up? Is that building your self-esteem up, your confidence? Like, how does it be stable now?
Scary, to be honest. Yeah. It's really scary being stable because I'm not used to it. I've spent the majority of my adulthood not stable. I've always been here, there, and everywhere. And even as a parent with my son, you know, I still book the next day flights and we still go somewhere, and I won't even have a hotel or anything booked when we land. I like excitement. I don't like stability as much. It's good being stable, but when you're stable, you're too comfortable. And when you're too comfortable, you don't progress. And that's what I'm scared about, you know? I want to keep progressing. You know, I guess you can say some sort of rag to riches. I'm not poor. I'm not rich though. You know, I'm stable. And it's not good enough. This is when I lived in my car, when I was in the storage unit, when I was living in my van, when I was living in a caravan on the side of the road, when I rented a garage once, and I was living in a garage. In any of these situations that I was in, I wished for this life that I've got now. Now I'm here. I don't want to say it's not enough. It's just different, and I don't like it. I don't like stability. I need unstableness to grow. Does that make sense?
I think it makes sense because it makes it feel like you had to figure it out. Like when you stable, like you said, you're comfortable, so you're not trying to find ways. Like you said, you just picked up a phone and started recording. Like I saw one video, you had that blue van that you got. You was really excited about it. You was like doing stuff to it. You was doing tours. You learned a lot of trades and all that kind of stuff. But you was forced to do that because you didn't have a lot, right? You were sleeping in the van. Yeah, like that was your home. So I can see what you're saying about that, man. Me and my own mentor, I'm like, man, I don't know. I like that stability.
You fight for so many years, and then when you get there, it's now what? You know, I've climbed the ladder. Okay, what next? Where's the next stage? You know, and that's what I'm looking for. I need the next stage. I'm done with the stage for now. You know, I need to keep progressing. I don't like stability.
Man, but with having your son with you, is it not making you feel better about being stable, or like you say, you just rather fly somewhere and just figure it out when you get there?
Both. That's the only way I can put it. Both. So stability for my son is good. It's always good to have stability for a child because they need the right environment to grow, and they need to be able to build up connections and friendships and stuff. They need that. It's personally, I wouldn't be raising him on the road 24/7, for instance, like some parents do out there. But also, if you're always in one place, I personally feel like I learn more being out in the field, going out, doing things, working with my hands, traveling. I like knowledge. I love knowledge. I just want to keep learning. I didn't learn in school. I don't learn out of textbooks. I have to learn out there. And I feel my son is on the same path. You know, he learns when he does things. He learns out there. He's really good with his hands. He's really creative. He's a very intelligent child. And I just want him to have everything. So even though having stability is the main bit, you still need a bit of unstableness in between, because you don't know what each experience will give you, and what, you know, it could project you in a different direction, which you don't expect. And that could be a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see your point. I just like, can I do that for myself? Just thinking, like, just hearing you and like listening to your story, like, man, I don't know, man. You got a lot of fortitude. You thought about not learning in school, so that was your whole point. Like one of the major things why you still travel with you call them baby Kuiz.
Yeah,
that with baby Kuiz, because you just want him to have those experiences. Like that's
Absolutely.
like the key point of learning. I think that's what you were trying to get at, right?
Yeah, I feel you learn more out in the field than I know you're a teacher, but I don't personally. For me, I didn't learn anything really sitting in a classroom. I've learned so much more with freedom and as an adult through homelessness than I ever did hearing about mitochondria or learning about hypotenuse.
Well, it's crazy as you say that, right? I'm a teacher and I love teaching. Absolutely love it. My favorite job. I think I do it for the rest of my life, right? But I'm also a PE teacher, right? So I'm not necessarily in the class. I do teach health and all that kind of stuff, right? But for me, teaching is more the connection with the kids and making a difference in their life. I think as teachers, since we have those kids so much longer than sometimes parents do, especially if you have, like in your case, you have a parent that works a lot. They're at school more than anything. So if I can just make a difference in their life, that's why I do middle school. I don't know. Do y'all call it middle school? I can't remember what y'all call it.
We don't have middle school here. Is that 5th to 8th grade over there?
6th to 8th grade. Yeah.
We have primary school to year 6, year 7 to 11 is secondary school, high school.
Okay. Yeah, I knew it was different. I couldn't remember how it was. But that's why I do that age, because it's so impressionable. So if I could just make a difference in their life, I'm teaching you something. And I agree with you. You learn so much more. I learned so much more reading books, novels and stuff, and travel the world in my mind because the places they took me than I ever did in the classroom. But I still like the impact, like a kid like you, man, somebody that was just struggling in life, man, just speaking a word. Like they never know what they need. So for me, that's what teaching is. It's so much more than what they pen and paper or the computer nowadays. What they type up. So I definitely agree with you, man. I think those experiences are good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, with you being a teacher, obviously teachers have a great influence on some children and some children not. I can pinpoint some teachers who are absolutely horrible at school, and I can tell you some teachers who are absolutely great. And there are situations where a teacher is influential enough for a child to project them on the course that they need to be in life. And that's always great. I love to hear things like that. So, with you being a teacher, you don't know, in 20 years time, people will still be talking about you being their teacher and the effect that you had on them, whether good or bad, who knows then, but hopefully for the better. And that's an amazing thing, because you could potentially be teaching the next lot of PE teachers.
Right.
No, but you could, or you've convinced someone enough that now they're running in the Olympics. You have no idea. So teaching is good, but just for me personally, teaching, being a PE teacher, you do more physical things, you learn more, you're getting out there with the fresh air, which is good. In a classroom, out of a textbook, nothing.
Yeah, I feel that, man. I struggle myself it's crazy. Nobody would thought I'd be a teacher as a kid. So I struggle myself. I get it, man. So like you were saying, man, you kind of brought up your story, the van, the blue van into the caravan. I remember seeing that, right? And the staying on the side of the road, man. So now you got this challenge that you're doing. Right, you're talking about the next big thing, right? So you're doing the 0 pound to 10,000 pounds, and you said roughly 65 pounds to $1, right? So y'all do the math. I'm a PE teacher, not a math teacher. So I guess what was that? What was that thought process behind that? Because it seemed like you started this recently, so you've been stable. So is this your crack at trying to see what's next?
Yeah. So the plan is I'm raising £10,000 to move to New Zealand, literally the other side of the world. And that is purely because, number one, I absolutely love the country. I've been there before. Beautiful place. But it's not just about me. It's the systems there, the childhood for kids. It's so much better over there than it is in England. So I'm focusing on that, but also, I am bored of being stable here. I need a new challenge. And if that challenge is absolutely starting again out of suitcases, then that is what I've got to do. Because I know that I'm going to be great at it. I know it's going to push me further than where I am now. And that's the plan. I need to keep moving, So I'm raising.
That's a little bit of instability you're talking about, right? That's going to push you.
Absolutely. And it will lead to me being stable. that's where it'll end up. I'll end up being stable at the end of it. I'll probably, hopefully one day own a house in New Zealand. My son will be in school, maybe we're weekend traveling to Indonesia or Australia or wherever, you know what I mean? We could be, there's so much opportunity. But here, I just feel stuck.
Yeah.
Stuck
been there
here.
long enough.
Yeah. I've been here almost in this apartment. I've been here 2.5 years. I'm done now.
Yeah. Time to move on.
Yeah.
It's crazy how you started too, man. You was on Facebook Marketplace and got you a table and a tent.
Yeah.
And you fixed it up, did your cleaning. I saw the video that you just recorded yourself doing all that kind of stuff. So what was the next things you sold, or how did you acquire those things?
After I did the table, I did the tent, got those on Facebook, sold those. Then I just started picking out things that I didn't need in the house to sell, just to try and build up a bit of capital. I'm actually editing the next video, and I've got 3 massive boxes of toys just out of camera, which I got for free because they were fly tipped. They were dumped. So I've got to go through those next to hopefully get some good things to sell, because it's a slow process. The first few videos, it's not going to be a lot of money I'm making, but once I've got the bulk, I can then invest it into something bigger, whether going through the stock market or buying a used car and then doing it up and selling it. Every stage will get better and better. It's just really slow at the start.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of tenacity, man. It does. Like, it's kind of exciting to watch. I see why you got so many views, because people want to see what you're gonna do, man. So how do you plan on imparting that tenacity into your kids? Do you just want them to watch you do what you do, or you plan on like maybe putting him in situations where he has to figure it out? Like, how you plan on, I know he's young now, but
I mean, he's 4 and he's a very intelligent child, and he loves doing things himself. He's already drifted my car around a car park because he can, and he talks about the multiverse and if we're living in a simulation. He loves the prospects of time travel and revolutions. Weirdly enough, so he got
a mind on him.
Absolutely. I mean, his favorite TV show is Futurama. New series out tomorrow, which is good. Well, it's out in England at least, so we're going to be watching that. He loves learning and loves doing things physically already. And I do let him do things by himself, and I do let him pick. Sometimes I'll give him a budget and I'll tell him to pick what he wants in the shop. And then sometimes I let him pick the holiday. He told me he's got this interactive globe where he learns all these places, and he was really enjoying Italy and the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So I took him to the Leaning Tower of Pisa because he wanted to go. And his next one now is the Great Wall of China. So on another tab on my laptop, I'm looking at flights to China because he wants to go there and learn and see these things. And I can't say no.
Yeah. Well, you have a real argument, man, of your lifestyle over other people's lifestyles. A lot of people get scared, like me. I'm one of the people that scared to live like you, always on the go, always moving, just trying to do something new. But you have a real argument, man, because your kid is not saying these things about the multiverse like for no reason. It's because what you've exposed them to. I mean, we talked about this, and it keeps coming up.
Yeah. I mean, like I've just finished writing a book actually, which was based on. Thank you. It's currently I'm trying to publish it on Amazon as we speak. It's just going through the process of confirming the cover, and it's based on parallel universes. And the story was actually built around my son. He pretty much designed the story. It was a character we designed together, and he built the plot line. And I've already started on a second book on it because that's what he's interested in. He likes that stuff. And I do also wonder, is it what I exposed to him? Because like I love time travel, I love Back to the Future and stuff, but he's more into like quantum mechanics. Is it what he's exposed to, or is there nature over nurture? Do I like stuff because of previous generations and it's passed through? Like this kid, his mind's crazy. He's talking about space-time in the 4th dimension. It's 4.
Way above me. Yeah, that's way above me.
For his nursery, which is Do you have nursery over there, or is it kindergarten, whatever you call
Yeah,
it?
I mean, we have daycare up until
Yeah.
pre-K, and then kindergarten.
Yeah.
So like kindergarten is like 6th grade. I mean, 6 years old. Sorry, 6 years old.
Yeah, so for his graduation for that, I got him a book on science.
And he's
Get
loving
it?
it.
Absolutely. I'm waking up in the morning, he's already awake reading it. He loves it. He just loves everything science and time travel and everything, and it's great. He's got such a mind on him. And I know when he starts school in September, he's going to be far more intelligent than the other children. And I worry about school crushing him.
What you mean? Tell me.
It's a cookie cutter school. It's same teachers forcing all children with all different minds into the same square, into the same shape. And that's why school didn't work for me. I was the intelligent child. I'm a high IQ person, and I went to, when I was younger, I got put into like a high IQ school for mathematics, and then I had to go to like normal school and secondary school and everything. And I was forced into the same shape, and that's why school didn't work for me, because it doesn't cater to everyone. It caters to one specific need. And I worry about that with him because he's so different to other children, and that's a good thing. I love all children being different and having different minds and learning different things. But I'm so worried about school just crushing him, you know?
Nah, I definitely know. I'm a teacher, and I definitely have to agree with that. Like we're trying to have elephants climb trees, right? So like it's one system, and everybody has to abide by the system. If you don't abide by the system, you're not smart, or that's why people get troublemakers, all that kind of stuff. So I agree with you wholeheartedly on that, man. I definitely understand that. So what are you gonna do? I guess you probably what you already said, right? Like to just battle that when he goes to school.
Yeah, so he's going to be at this school only a few months before we move to New Zealand, which is the plan to do in February 2027. So he won't be there long. I can only hope that it's going to be good there. But in regards to just being in education in a whole, if it doesn't work for him, if he doesn't feel like it's pushing him, then I think I'll have to look at alternative educational options. If that's private school or whatever, or homeschooling. I've got to do what I got to do to make sure he keeps growing as a person.
So you talking about New Zealand has better schooling? You think he'll be able to grow better over there? Is it like more diverse or something like that? What's the difference, and why would you want him to go to school there instead of the UK?
There's a lot more outdoors education, and a lot more. The classrooms are smaller over here. The classrooms are very big. I'm sure it's big in America as well. So in New Zealand, smaller classrooms, therefore kids learn better. There's a lot more outdoors work and hands-on work and more creative work. And hand in hand with the smaller classrooms, it's making, kids are able to grow more independently at the same time. So it's all these aspects that just roll up into one that I feel the education system in New Zealand will be better than over here.
I definitely think smaller classrooms is a better idea. Even this, like when I'm teaching, I'm PE, but if I teach certain sports, I feel like some kids are not grasping it. And if I have more time, but I have 30 plus kids in my class, so it's hard to just dive into one. And then even in the health classroom, some of the stuff that, I do projects and stuff like that, and they have all these questions and stuff like that. And sometimes kids just be asking stupid questions just to be funny, right? But it's kids that really want to learn. And sometimes you really want to just sit down with them and just kind of explain, because they see things, especially in health, man. We talk about like sex ed, all that kind of stuff. So they have some questions about things they probably see at home, all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, I'm sure they're looking at a lot different to when we were younger.
Oh, bro, the access. Oh man, I was so scared for my own kids. I mean, my oldest is 10, but she's real like anime, Pokemon Go. Like she don't really try to get into all the the worldly stuff and what kids are trying to get into. So I'm thankful for that. But I got a couple other kids that they trying to get into that. So I was so scared, man. This access, man, it's so crazy.
Yeah, I worry about that access to internet with my child. I don't want him seeing certain things on there. I don't want him being on social media personally. I don't want him to have a Facebook or an Instagram or anything. But unfortunately, that's the way of the world with technology. Everything's just changing all the time. I was born before the iPhone. That's the best, I was born in the 90s.
Yeah.
Saying that, people call that old now.
Right. Oh, they think I'm ancient. Like I'm a 93 baby. You were born in 1893. Like, chill out. Chill.
No. You're not that old. You're what?
You're right.
33?
33. Yeah, I just turned 33.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's not old. These kids just they don't understand.
They
My son was telling me how old I am the other day. He always reminds me. He always tells me how old I am. And then he'll always ask me if I was alive when things happen. I'm like, no, mate. It's like, all right. Do you remember when the Great Wall of China was built? No, I do not.
That's funny, man.
I'm not old. Pushing 30, sure, but not old.
Yeah, by far. Yeah. So, do you limit screen time, or do you use screen time for educational purposes? Like he's like in the Great Wall of China. So do you go in there and you talked about seeing the great the Pisa, Leaning Tower of Pisa?
Yeah. So when we're at home, because we do a lot of traveling, he's already done 10 countries. He's got an interactive globe that he uses, which he usually uses it for like an hour or so a day. They've got all these games on where you can learn different places around the world. And he loves it. He learns about Stonehenge or Leaning Tower or Statue of Liberty or the Great Wall of China or the Sydney Opera House. They've got all this stuff just on this interactive globe, and he loves it. These days, it gets difficult sometimes. Parents get stressed out sometimes, yeah? And you just need to get away. He's found a love in Minecraft. He plays a lot of Minecraft, and he goes onto the Hive server on Minecraft, and he likes beating other children. And he goes into like they've got they fight on the like I used to play it a lot myself, but he goes on there and he just like kills people, and he's really good. He's really good at Minecraft. He's better than
I thought that was just building. I thought Minecraft. I never played before.
No.
I always see him building stuff.
Oh no, they've got games where you fight each other. Really? Like they've got bombs in the game now. it's crazy, and you've got to wear like armor and stuff and fight. And he's really good. I'm talking like I'm ancient. I remember when Minecraft came out. I'm talking about it like I'm an old man, like I'm Gen X or something. But no, it's just I used to play it as a child. I don't really play it these days. But he plays it, and he's a lot better than I ever was. I'll tell you that. And he's 4.
Well, I got girls, so maybe that's why they probably just do the build. They probably don't care to fight. That's probably why. That's all I've ever seen them do.
Yeah, there's a game on there called Bed Wars, and he goes on there and he just like you just go against like 16 other people and just fight, and he wins. He just wins. At first he couldn't even use a controller, and now he just like press all buttons at the same time, go really quick. And I'm like, I can't do that. Probably got dyspraxia. I can't do that. He's good. Kids are really good these days with their perception and aims and everything on games consoles. It's a lot different to when I was younger. It's not a Nintendo Wii, is it? So.
All right, that's what's up, man. I know you're so proud of your son, man. That's awesome. Real intelligent.
No, I'm very proud of him.
So you talk about, man, how rebuilding is a repeated decision, and not just like one inspirational moment, man. Explain that to us.
What's the best way of putting it? Sorry, could you repeat the question?
You talk about how rebuilding is a repeated decision.
Yeah.
And you take it says not one inspirational moment. That's kind of like what you say. So like explain what you mean by that.
The best way I can put about it is you have to it's like when you build muscle. Even my brother's a bodybuilder. He's really strong. Even the days he doesn't want to go to the gym and feels bad, he has to keep pushing himself. Because if you go, I want to get really strong, and you do weights once, 9 nothing's going to happen. You've just got to keep pushing yourself even through the bad moments. Having one inspirational thing where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then not doing it again. It doesn't work. You can project like putting a muscle into life. You can say that you want to have a really good career, but it's not a straight line. And if you hit that brick wall where you just can't do it anymore, that could be your inspiration gone. The way that people grow as people, if you want to grow in a business, if you want to grow in subscribers on YouTube, if you want to gain muscle, you've just got to keep pushing, even if you hit that brick wall, because soon enough you're going to get through it. I guess that's the best way of putting it. Yeah.
Okay, but why rebuilding? So because it sounds like you're just
Yeah.
you on something, but you're going, but you say rebuilding. So what, like, are you saying like because you trying to start over in New Zealand? Is that you rebuilding, or?
Yeah, so starting over in New Zealand is rebuilding, of course. How do I put it? So when you go forwards, you always fall backwards because the world is always moving. So you're always rebuilding. Wherever you like, I was homeless, and now I've got stability. But for me to get an even better stability, I've got to rebuild, and I've got to essentially become homeless and start all over again. If you're in a job and you want a better job, you could be stable, but then you're starting at the bottom. You got to become the small fish in a big pond to become the big fish in a big pond. So you're always rebuilding. If you want to continue growing, you always have to build, because it's, as I said earlier, it's not a straight line. It's jaggedy, you know. So sometimes it goes backwards and sometimes it goes forward, and that's the only way. You've got to constantly start again. I think the average person starts again 9 times in their life, I believe it is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You about already there.
Probably. I've had enough starts, but I'm not done.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, I get it. I understand the concept now. Most definitely. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. But I wonder if you will ever find something that you really, really like, that you don't feel the need to rebuild, but just continue to build on top of. Like for me, being a teacher, that's where I love it. I feel like I make a difference there. I feel like I'm passionate. I know I'm passionate about it, and I coach basketball. I'm the athletic director. So like to me, I'm good. Like I'm around sports all day. I play basketball growing up all the time. So that's my world, and just being around sports. And I feel like every year is a new set of kids, or not necessarily. Like there is a new set, but I still see the same ones for like at least 3 years, right? That's just more and more opportunities to make a difference. So I wonder if you ever, or do you wonder if you ever gonna get to that point where like I'm here and I'm good for the foreseeable future?
I think there's always a point in that. When I moved into this flat, I thought I was going to be here for 5 years maximum, and the next property I live in, I was going to buy a home. That's the plan. But things change, and you're in your position in your career, but can you be saying the same thing in 10 years potentially? But maybe not. Maybe your life has changed so drastic. Pardon me. Sorry, voice break. So maybe in 10 years' time, your life is going to change so much that you might need more of an income. You might have 5 more children. No, but you know what I mean, right? You don't. Really,
yeah, I know.
you might end up losing your home in whatever way, and you've got to start again in a different area potentially. You can say that this is good, but if you stop, the world is always moving forwards, therefore you're always falling behind. And there might be a place one day where if I can build my own house and I'm like, this is it, this is my life, I'll die in this house. I would love to get to that point, absolutely, but I'll still grow in other aspects. I'll still I'll still probably accumulate vehicles or travel, or even just woodworking stuff. I'd still be pushing myself all the time. But yeah, I would like to get to a position where I don't have to grow anymore. I don't know when that'll be though, because income. I want to build a house. I want to keep moving forwards.
Yeah.
I would like more children one day. So I need to protect myself now to have more children. I should have done that before becoming a dad, but it's what it is.
I know, trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess in other ways, definitely. I was thinking more career-wise, but I definitely agree with you. Like, if it was a saying that I say, I don't know where I heard it from. If you're not growing, you're dying, right?
Yeah.
So in other areas like the podcast, when I grow and actually start putting shorts out, I'm gonna get there. I hate that, but like I'm an author, all that kind of stuff. So just really growing in those other areas, personal development, being a father, being a husband. I'm a husband of almost 2 years now. So like growing in those areas, I definitely agree with you on that. I guess I was thinking more career-wise. When you look at the whole scope of everything, you can never stop growing.
No, you can't. But I mean, you're a PE teacher at the moment in a middle school. What would you do if you got offered maybe a position further back, so not as good as it is now, but it was more money elsewhere? Would you do that?
Man, I don't chase money, man. I chase purpose. So if it's further back, but I'm more purposeful, like if I have a bigger outreach, then yeah. But if it's not, then no.
Okay.
Because money come and go. Like of all people, right? Like like you've been without, you've been with.
Yeah.
Like the Bible talks about you gotta learn how to be content with and without.
Yes.
Right. So like I feel like for me, if I live for purpose, like waking up every day, I'm about to make a difference in somebody's life. Like I'm praying, I'm hoping, like, look, it's just one word that makes somebody change, or one practice, because I tell a coach that makes somebody change. That means so much more than anything.
Yeah.
And if I also that's why I do middle school, because it's not as a heavy burden, meaning like I don't come home as late. Like high school, you come home later, if you coach and all that kind of stuff. I want to come home to my family. I'm a family man.
You've got a good work-life balance.
Yeah, man. So like if I don't want to work weekends if I don't have to, all that kind of stuff. High school coaching, I'm coaching on Saturdays. That's just what you got to do. Like you want to stay above the game. So for me, I'm purpose driven, man. The money will come. Like I'm a podcaster, I'm an author, all these things. The money will come. I'm not really worried about that, but I'm purpose driven, man. That fills me up. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. So no, I wouldn't do it, man. I couldn't.
If you stay true, the money will come.
Yes.
That's the best way of putting it. It's like so many people, for instance, on YouTube. I don't know if you know who, like Mr. Beast and stuff.
I've heard of him before.
Yeah, biggest YouTuber at the moment with over 500 million subscribers. A lot of people are following his path and trying to make these elaborate videos and stuff, but they're not being true to themselves. Whereas when I was homeless, I was being true to myself and I was making videos true to myself. And, there was a little bit of money that came, which was lovely. And the subscribers came, and sure, not all of them stuck around, but a lot of them have, which is really nice. So with you, with your book, with your podcast, with your work, if you stay true to yourself, you're absolutely going to push yourself. It takes the right person. It takes one person to change your life. That's it.
Amen.
So
it is.
Keep pushing forwards. You have no idea who you're teaching. They could be in the NBA or whatever they're doing, and they could be thanking you while holding a trophy, and that could happen.
Yeah, and that'd be crazy, right?
But this is the thing: you stay true to yourself, and you don't follow money. The money will come one day, sure, but it will come for everyone if they stay true to themselves.
I agree with that, man. So how do you stay true to yourself? I mean, you had some highs and lows with YouTube. I'm talking about YouTube, I guess specifically right now, because you started off low, then you got a high point, and then you kind of drop back off and stuff like that. So instead of trying to do like what Mr. Beast does or all these other YouTube people, like how do you stay true to yourself?
I wasn't true to myself at one point when I did my 100-day upload series. I did the first 100 days of 2026 uploaded. That wasn't true to myself. I hated every single one of those videos. So I thought that not being true to myself would change the algorithm and be able to push my channel, because that's what I was led to believe, because you see it happen all the time. And ChatGPT was also saying the same thing. But do you know what? Even though I don't have the views now, I am true to myself. I am making videos that I enjoy. I am okay. Maybe making £10,000 is a bit stressful, but traveling with my son, And making videos like that is the best experience ever. You know, I feel I can be more free and I can be true to myself on camera. There's so many people who just put on fake smiles and hype up their voice and be really happy and give out $10,000 to a homeless person while they're on holiday. It's just like, okay, cool. Not everyone can do that. Also, not everyone wants to. I had $10,000. I wouldn't be giving to a homeless person. Be using. I'll be, you know, I need the money a bit more, to be honest. That sounds horrible. Homeless people do need money. I was homeless, so
yeah, you know, yeah.
Be careful what I say. I don't want to come across as a bad person.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is I'm sure it wouldn't take a lot for me to hit 100, 200,000 subscribers if I wasn't true to myself. But I'm happier making my videos now than I would be making those videos, even if I had more money and more subscribers. So it's a balance. The best way I can stay true to myself is do what you love. It's as simple as that. I love travel. I upload travel. I've got a vehicle from the 1980s, a Sinclair C5. I'm planning videos to make with that. You just got to stay true. Just I don't know how else to put it. It's just don't become fake. So many people are fake online. I hate it. I hate so many fake people. I just want to enjoy life. It's just because if you become fake, there's going to be so much drama that follows. I want drama.
Then you got to keep it up too.
Yeah. Faking a smile is bad enough. Do you know what I mean? Like when you got to be in a situation you don't want to be in. It's the same with making videos. If you're making a video you don't enjoy, then you're not going to enjoy it. I don't really know the best way of putting it. I guess that's the way of putting it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, man. It's just not worth it. Like, money is not worth like not being happy, and it's crazy because some of the most like depressed people are the richest people. I'm like, man, is it worth it though? Like, is it?
You know, you can sell your soul to the devil or whatever you have to do to get your money, but you know, unless you enjoy it, don't bother because your happiness is worth so much more. And the thing is, people do kill themselves. Maybe I shouldn't say that on the podcast. I don't know what I can say. Sorry, but people do go through the emotions. People do things that they shouldn't do, and a lot of the time, people do. You know, it's because they're in an unhappy position, in an unhappy situation, and just staying true to yourself and just following your heart and following who you are as a person, you're going to do so much better than not. I guess. You know, I don't want to be depressed. I've had depression. I don't want to be depressed. I just want to be me.
That's tough, man. It's a tough place to be.
Yeah, I just want to upload the videos I want to upload, and I don't want to be fake. I don't want to lie to people. Does that make sense?
Oh, it does. Trust me, trust and believe. That's why when you ask that question, I'm like, nah, man, purpose is more important to me.
Yeah. I'd rather make 30,000 a year doing something I enjoy than 1 million that I don't.
Yeah.
You know, and with you, it sounds like you've got a great work-life balance. Would you want to make double for 90 hours a week work? Probably not.
Heck no. I got friends that do like finance and stuff, and they gotta dress all up and be behind the desk. Nah, I'm gonna go play some games with some kids. I'm good. I'm good.
Sounds really fun, actually. Sounds really fun being a teacher.
Oh, bro, what? Oh man, and because they know I play basketball, so they all trying, let's play 1-on-1, coach, and I just be cooking them.
Yeah,
it was be fun, and then when you do that, then you can sit down and talk to them. A lot of times you hear some people come cry to you about life stuff because you already opened that door and you're already talking about life in health class, man. So I really get the chance to really make a difference, man. And there's nothing more important than that. The impact you leave, the legacy that you leave.
You're going to make more of an impact than a maths teacher. You know,
prayerfully, bro. Prayerfully.
Sorry to all the maths teachers listening, but
yeah, no, that's all good, man. So since you are a single father, man, full-time father, doing it by yourself, no friends, no help around, man. Tell me what's the high of the highs and the low of the lows. What's the pros and the cons? I guess the one big pro, the one big con.
I guess the pro is not having people interfering, which I guess is also the con as well. It's a lot of isolation. You know, I'm self-employed. I feel isolated a lot of the time, and it sucks because I don't have the connections about. I don't have my mum to be able to come over or go out and see friends in the evening. I couldn't tell you the last time I was out on a Friday night. But I guess that's one of the pros as well, because sometimes people like to not necessarily judge, but people like to comment on your parenting. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know.
You know, I'm doing my best. You know, and I'm a good dad. I'm one of the best dads I know, to be honest with you. But you know, I guess, yeah. I don't really know what I'm saying. They're both lows. No, it's no, it's socialization is a big deal. Not having it around, and it does suck. And that is definitely a low. I guess even having someone to come over and criticize my parenting, even if they're wrong, would be nice, because at least it's a bit of face-to-face human interaction. But you know, the highs are, I'm watching my son grow. I get to see him every day, and okay, maybe that's a bit self-centered. Haha, I get to, and other people don't. But I watched this kid crawl. He was crawling at 4 months. He crawled in my shop that I owned at the time for the first time. He was walking at 9 months. The reason he is the way he is with the brain he is and the stuff he likes is because of me, I guess. You know, we sit there and watch Futurama together, or watch Hot Fuzz, or it's probably movies we shouldn't be watching. You know, the other day we went to go and see the new Spider-Man movie. You know, how many 4-year-olds will just sit through a Spider-Man film with their dad? And most kids will probably be jumping over the seats, I think. But
right, no, I know.
Yes, I guess the high is I'm watching him grow, and I get to experience it. But the low is also isolation, and with him being sometimes the only person I talk to in a day, that can get to you. But I love him, but he's still 4. You know,
right. Talking your head off.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have more adult conversations. It'd be nice to, even, you know, sometimes I'll end up just like talking to a shopkeeper, you know, someone in the store for like half an hour just for a bit of socialization.
You don't try to find, like, I guess, other fathers with kids, or just to have like play dates, really dates for you to, not dates, but days for you to talk to other people. You ever thought about doing that?
With other dads, it's never really happened. I know other single dads, but they don't live anywhere near here. They're 250 miles away. The dads around here, I've just never really connected with them. So, for instance, my son was at a birthday party not long ago, and I went there. I introduced myself to the parents. I was like, okay, this is where parents have to socialize. I spent 3 hours talking to no one.
Really?
Yep. No one spoke to me. The mum of the child of the birthday party, she said hi, and that was about it. I tried to talk to other parents, but they're all in their groups because I don't know anyone. Everyone seems to be in their groups. I was told, when your kids start school or nursery, that's when you're going to meet the people. You're going to meet the parents, and you're going to be friends with them. No, I'm the youngest. I'm very much the youngest parent by the looks of it at his nursery, and probably not the youngest at the school, but I'd be one of them. It's difficult because I don't, I tried to socialize, but it's so difficult. So no, I haven't really connected with the fathers or anything like that. I would have loved to, but it's not happened.
So is that disappointing for you then? It seemed like it was a kind of a disappointment. You say you heard it was supposed to be like this, and then you get there and it's like, it ain't like this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a big disappointment, to be honest with you, because I expected to connect with more parents and, play dates and, going out and stuff. It's just nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Maybe one day, man. Maybe somebody will see this podcast over there in the UK. What city are you in the UK?
I'm currently in Warrington, which is in between Manchester and Liverpool, but I'm from the south near London.
Okay, well, if you're around that area, make sure you hit my boy Oliver up. So Show us some love, man. Show us some love.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We have a city called Warrenton around here. I'm in North Carolina. We have
Oh,
a city
really?
called Warrenton right here. Yeah. And that's one of your videos you said that, and I didn't know you were still there. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm here for now, not forever.
No, New Zealand, here you go.
Yeah. And the thing is, in New Zealand, when I was there last, everyone's just so friendly. It's like a big village. It's like a big community. And I like that. I was there for 17 days, and I've met people that I'll probably know forever. You know, people are just so nice over there. They're just not. Everyone's grumpy here. Everyone's so grumpy in England.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I had a principal from New Zealand.
Oh, really?
He was cool. Yeah. He had a real hard. I don't remember what city he said he was from, but he has a real even harder, I guess, accent. Like, I don't know. To me, y'all have an accent, of course, but so it's like much harder. I don't know how to explain it.
No, I know. Yeah, because I've been there. My son's mother is also a Kiwi. She's from New Zealand, so.
I was about to say, what's that mean? A Kiwi?
A New Zealander, someone from New Zealand.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my son's mother is a Kiwi, so my son is a New Zealand citizen.
Oh, born there. Yeah. Okay.
No, he was born in England, but because of his mum, he's dual nationality.
Oh, that's how it works over there. It just
yeah. You can be
straight like that.
Yeah, I don't think that works the same with America, but
nah, they don't play.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
that's cool.
Yeah, he's dual nationality, so very lucky kid. 2 passports.
Oh man, that's dope, man. That's dope, man. Hey, so man, I like to end the podcast a certain way, man. And your kid's 4 months. So I'm sure that from what it sounds like, man, he's so daggone smart. He'll understand everything we're talking about. But just leave a little nugget for him, man. You're already doing a lot. You're being a great father, man. I commend you. It's awesome, man. It's great to hear you, man. Just all the things you're doing, the travel, all that stuff, and the unique perspective that you have on life, man. So just give him a little nugget, drop him something so when he gets older, or maybe he'll listen to it soon, just that he'll know what you got for him.
Oh, well, like what have I got planned for the future for him, or?
Nah, just whatever you want to say. Whatever is something like just if he listens to this 10 years later, like something that you're talking directly to him.
There's one thing I know. So he can talk in binary computer language. he likes going like 011 011 011.
Oh, I got nothing. I don't know. Nothing about that.
The only thing I can think of. He likes talking in binary.
Well, I mean, like, so what I'm trying to say is like, tell him that you love, like, just whatever, just like maybe some encouraging word, just anything. Like, if you want to talk in that binary, he understands. I have no idea what that means. So,
I mean, if I could say anything to him, it'd be the same thing I say to him every day, and that would be that I love you, because my son is the best person ever, and no matter what happens to him in the future, he'll always have me in his corner. I will always be there for him, and I will always protect him, and he's always got a home with me. Maybe when he's 40, he'll have to move out, but he's always got a home with me, and I will always put his needs above my own. So if he does listen to this when he's older, even when I'm grumpy and I tell him he has to brush his teeth, I have to tell him to turn future armor off to eat dinner, it's because I love him and I want him to be happy and healthy. There's nothing, I don't want any harm to ever come to him.
That's awesome, man. Hey, Oliver, tell everybody where they can find you at, your YouTube channel, anything else that you want to promote.
Yeah, so you can find me on YouTube, Oliver Kuiz. That's OLIVERKUIZ. Same name on Instagram. On Facebook, it's Oliver Kuiz1 because my last Facebook got hacked. And yeah, I'm also on TikTok now at Oliver Kuiz. Not really enjoying it, but I am there at Oliver Kuiz. Find me at Oliver Kuiz, and come and follow the story where I'm trying to make £10,000 very, very slowly because I'm going to move to the other side of the world.
Yeah, but you said by February, man. You got some high.
I'm 1% of the way there. Yeah, I know.
You can do it though, man. If anybody can do it, you can do it, Oliver. I mean, you got, like I said, you're real tenacious, man.
I don't have a choice. I've got to do it. That's the plan. If you don't give yourself a choice, you got to do it. Because if I don't do it, I fail, and I can't fail. I don't have a choice. You know? Does that make sense?
It does, man.
Yeah.
Back up against the wall, survival mode. Go get it. And I guess when you put your mind in that state, hey, there's no plan B, as we call it. Like it's only the first option.
I don't have a plan B. My visa got approved. I'm going. I've got to go. You know, I don't have a choice, so I have to make this money because I could do it a lot cheaper. But my son wants the cat to go over, so we're bringing the cat to New Zealand. It's £3,500 in itself.
Really?
Yeah, they got to go into quarantine and everything over there. It's so expensive to get the cat over.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, that man love his son. You can't say he don't.
I do. I'll do anything in the world for him. Absolutely. Maybe even bury a body.
And with that, this is episode 124. Oh man, it's been a pleasure, man. Hope everybody stay blessed.
Bless.
Awesome.